Hello and welcome back to the Pale Beyond. And the future is looking a bit pale because we're stuck in the ice. And the mysteries are piling up. It's becoming obvious that we are not necessarily here for like a rescue operation or like a retrieval of things. There is some invested interests that hasn't been explained but has been started to be hinted at. But exactly what that is, we don't really know yet. And Templeton has come across as kind of suspicious. And quite secretive fellow. Not necessarily by choice, but nonetheless, he is. So, with that, I think we shall take a bit of a peek to see what he has to say. In the previous episode, we went into the captain's cabin to find Hunt, our good captain, drunk in the tub. And, well, not super enthusiastic and like not that much full of hope for the expedition, if we shall put it like that. And then he sort of dozed off in the tub, and here we are. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. I don't think it's the pressures of command. Actually. Anyway, you should find some rest yourself. Crew have the commands. Clear your head, and we will continue on the morning. On the morn, or whatever. Let's see what Cordell has to say. One would think Hunt would be taking action at a time like this. Instead, the man has squirreled himself within his office. An odd one. True. Make sure to pat the dogs. I think there is a lot of stuff left to do. Yeah, I think I've talked to everyone. Right, I did have a comment at some point about the journal. And yeah, this journal is pretty much just a log of... I completely forgot because it's such a long time since I did the last episode. It's pretty much a log of what's happened during a week. Here, for example, week 3, another week passes, Temperance is finally and the thick ice leads, the days grow ever brighter. Like, as we progress further and further along, this is going to be more decked out about what you have done a week. It's pretty much nothing you can write yourself or anything. It's more of a these kind of story things in the introduction, and a log of what the choices you did and the things that happened in the weeks that have gone past. Pretty much, that's it. Anyway, I can show once we start getting more and more into the game that that's exactly what it is. Now, the journal is a bit empty because we haven't really gone in that far, that deep into the game yet. Anyway, let's progress. You awake to a room awash with green. There is a loud banging on your door, and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Hammond, sure, are you in there? Are ye in there? Sure. Hammond, what's going on? Why is everything green? Are we sinking? What was that noise? Well, it's green because it's an aurora borealis. It's the northern lights, or in this case, southern lights. Because I think I can't remember if it's the South Pole or North Pole, if the Arctic or Antarctic that are going to. Regardless, it's an aurora. That's why it's green. I've seen one in real life because I live far up north to actually be able to see them from time to time, but they're kind of cool. And they are green. So not necessarily entirely green, they do shift colors, but they are mostly green. Anyway, I was thinking, what was the noise? Yeah, let's ask what the noise was. What was that noise? The pressures. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need manned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating. And I need to tell ye, if the furnace goes, we go. Lead the way then, we don't have a moment to spare. Right, let's move. We need to find the captain, now. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? At Aurora, it's a shot I can't miss. Asha steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. Yeah, saying things like step out of the way is actually not a good thing to say in these cases. Having a much lighter tone. So asking someone to step aside, like, so please step aside. These kind of minor things are actually important to not cause chaos. Chaos might still happen, but having a harsh language actually makes things worse. Even if you're not lying, even if you're actually not withholding information and you're actually being informative and like trying to help, a harsh language is bad. Always is, always has been, and always will be. The lights of the Aurora flicker over the pale eyes. Captain's cabin. Speak to Templeton. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would he expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? ... Hammond turns to you. All right, sure. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Good to hear. We can't give up on Hunt that easily, or I'll try my best. Yeah, in this situation with the boiler going critical, I'll try my best. Ye best. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. There's no doubt scared, confused, and sailors, literally at all times, has always been like a extremely superstitious, like more so than people in general. And yeah, where do you think a lot of the sea monsters and fairy tales came from? Sailors. Anyway, it's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room. Now. We have already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you will be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Yes and no. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them that we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond. Aye. And we need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. We got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Like, had it been anything other than the boiler, I would agree. Calming the crew is the focus. But something like the boiler going critical in this kind of situation, in this kind of weather, and like anything, saving the boiler is many times, like in this situation, saving the boiler is so much more important, because if the boiler goes critical, the likelihood of them being there to be able to calm the crew afterwards is very low, if not zero. But if they save the boiler and stop it from going critical, they can do the calming afterwards. That's my thought on the matter. Hammond is right. We can't waste any more time. The boiler won't wait for us. Fine. I will keep the crew at bay then. Oh, don't worry about him. Let's go. The correct thing to do here would be that Templeton would be in charge of actually informing and keeping people calm, as Shaw and Hammond scrambled to get the boiler under control. That would have been the correct option. Anyway, as more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon, the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I will lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength too. Go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. True, in this situation, and oh my god, what's the word? Draw a blank. Whatever. You descend the ladder. Ahead, you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Trying to get in. Same. Door stuck. Pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. The only thing that matters, we need to keep the furnace alight. Can you help us? Metal door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before darting off into the dark. Where's that bloody idiot running off to? You sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of the valve as steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. He's just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer or we won't be making it off the ship. Sure. The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. You grab a valve and begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours. Where's the rest of the crew? Broad help. The furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal and turn those valves. Right, so here we can put people to do things. Yeah, exactly. We only have these. With enough hands working on the boiler, you begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's going to have to hold the furnace in place. Lefty approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Water hammer! A jet of steam paints Turner. It subsides as they fight in agony. I think that's unavoidable. But as you can see, when a crew gains a severe status effect such as wounded, scurvy, or frostbite, that crew will become invalid and unable to work. And as you can see here, it shows that it's red and the person is wounded. Sure why this goes off the screen. Might have to look to see it. Anyway, the ship is saved. It won't be sinking today. As the crew give assistance to the wounded Turner, you feel your muscles tense. Fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lie back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices. Where the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. Right. Now, don't actually have the fuel. And yeah, let's confirm this. Confirm the rations. You could probably get the fuel if you leave and get the coal and put it in. Maybe, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's hard-coded to be like this. Regardless, start the next week. You are alone in the captain's cabin. Out across deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips in through the door. Sure. What is it, Templeton? Don't let the cold in. Still no sign of Hunt. Let's ask that. I'm afraid not. Hunt is still missing. And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. As is a sizable food and fuel supply. And one of the larger lifeboats. Sure, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. We cannot be too sure, Templeton. Yes, but why would Hunt abandon us? How is the rest of the crew? Yes, but why would Hunt abandon us? That is a question I can't answer. I doubt we will ever know at this stage. Former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, sure? I would care for you to enlighten me. That would be Captain Shaw now, I take it. Hunt is still the captain. I don't intend to usurp him. Enlighten me, please. The new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. And how do I argue for that role? Your presence in the face of Hunt's absence is an argument in itself. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That Captain Grimley is still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you, you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I'm unsure where the engineers will side. They are likely loyal to their pay. Turner is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. You have clearly given this a lot of thought. Of course. It is vital to remain aware of the crew's intention. They are waiting outside shore. They are scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That's all we need to do, Captain. How can we be certain the rescue ship will come? The relief could become trapped just as we have been. I understand. We can hold out for that long. Now, how can we be certain that it will come? I can assure it. How reassuring. A benefactor will ensure it. Yet again, how reassuring. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Hey, you should have this. Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat. Hunt's hat. Left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? Take the hat. Commotion outside grows. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. The scientist refrains for a moment. Wait for him to continue out with the Templeton. Oh, what is it? I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. I won't lie to them, Templeton. After what they did, they might as well be, like you said, I'm the captain now. No, let's say after what they did, they might as well be. We understand each other then. Wonderful. But I won't be lying. The crew are waiting for you on deck. I think that is the perfect time to end it. So, I will continue in like the rest going forward in the next episode. So yeah, we managed to save the boiler from going critical. I wouldn't be surprised if the game... I'm going to have to see if the resolution is wonky. Anyway, we managed to stop the boiler from going critical. Harold Lefty Turner here, he got wounded. And as far as I know, you can't really avoid this because I think it's a guaranteed thing to happen to at least one person. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Anyway, he's wounded. It's what it is. We managed to save the boiler from going critical immediately and stop things from, well, blowing up, quite literally. And yeah, the captain and some key figures has disappeared. Where they have disappeared, why they have disappeared, we don't know. We have no real way of knowing. So, we are going to have to see if we can survive these 35 weeks until this mystical rescue ship that the benefactors may or may not send out. We don't know. But that is the goal. To see if we can survive 35 weeks out in the middle of bloody nowhere in hopes of some random ship from some unknown benefactor to come and rescue us. So, with that, I think we will round off here and continue in the next episode. So, well, you know the deal. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you really want to. If you have anything to say, the comment section is down below. So, the choice is yours to do all of those things if you feel inclined to actually do it. But for now, I will round off by saying thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.